Hey everyone, Black 6 back here from BZPower for another set review. This time we've got one of the Summer Hero Factory Invasion from Below sets, 44028, the Surge and Rocka combat machine. This has 188 pieces and retails for $24.99. One thing you may notice on this particular box is it's a little different because it has a couple signatures on it. I'm not sure how well those will come up on the camera, but apparently Matt and the signature down here is not quite legible, but these sets were donated to us by LEGO, and they were able to get the set designers to sign them. Anyway, back to the box. We have the Invasion from Below logo here with, again, some pretty unique artwork, kind of like we saw on the bag sets from earlier in the year, and I'm sure in the summer sets as well. You can see kind of stylized artwork of the machine, the combat machine, split into two parts. Along the bottom here we see this comes with one of the little invader pods and a couple hero figs of Surge and Rocka, and a couple little invaders as well. Alright, let's take a look at the back. So on the back we see a lot of the play features. The combat machine splits into two parts. The little ejector seat for Surge down there. We've got a shooter, Zammer launcher. It looks like the wings flap over here. We make use of the new gun that first appeared in the LEGO movie sets with Bad Cop, now being used by the heroes. We've got a flick fire missile launcher, they showcase the pod over here, and then of course the jumping feature of the invaders. So definitely a lot of play features crammed into this set. So let's see what's inside. Alright. So we've got 1, 2, and 3 bags, 2 torso pieces, interesting since there's no humanoid figure to be seen, a sticker sheet, which we will not be applying the stickers, but they do have an interesting kind of alien font to them, and then a couple name tags for Surge and Rocka, and we have the instruction manual. So one thing that just struck me was, I know in a recent set review someone commented that Laval was on the back here saying win, but now here we have one of the collectible minifig robots, so that's nice to see the little variety there. That out of the way though, let's take a look at the parts. So here we've got the pieces that make up the combat machine. Honestly, there was not a whole lot here that really caught my eye, that struck me as something new. The one piece that I know is new for the summer sets is this guy from the, I guess, invader egg or pod or whatever. So it is a solid black plastic down here, co-injected with a more rubbery red, and there's some different colors in the different sets. Has a Technic axle connector here, and that seems to be pretty much the only point of connection, although I'm sure if you wanted to you could do something with putting pins or axles or something through the holes and use that to clip it onto different things or clip things onto it. But it's kind of cool, you know, like I said, it's got the rubbery thing, but it's also hard plastic down here. We also have got this size 5 light silver, light gray, whatever color it is, Hero Factory armor piece with a printed design on it. So it's got the Hero Factory logo, and it says lock on either side and then an arrow. So we've got 2 of these. I think those are the only kind of really new pieces. Some other ones we've got these smaller invader feet, so that's cool. We've got, of course, the canopy piece, so we've got 2 of those in orange again still. Kind of jarring since those are the only orange pieces other than the one invader, so it really stands out, for better or worse. We'll see how that turns out in the final set. We've got the new helmets. We'll take a closer look at the hero figs later, but we've got the new helmets for Surge, so that's pretty cool, and Rocka. I believe Rocka was in the first wave, but I believe Surge is new for this summer. But I could be wrong, I don't remember. And of course we've got a couple plain minifig heads in lime green and bright red, so that's cool as well. Other than that, you got a wide assortment of different limb pieces. You know, we've got from the long ones with the 4 pinholes all the way down to these little guys, and pretty much everything in between. We've got, you know, the double socket pieces in both sizes. We've got some of the friction pieces. So a good assortment of pieces, but nothing new that will make you run out and buy this set just for the pieces. But with the pieces out of the way, let's get building. Alright, and here we've got the final set. So let's take a look at the figs to start off with. First we've got the Rocka Hero Fig. So he's got his nice gold arms and legs and helmet on. He's got a light silver armor piece, and underneath he's got a lime green head. So the Hero Figs, obviously we've seen them from the first wave of the 2014 set, so nothing new here to see, no new attachments or new pieces or anything like that. We've also got Surge in bright blue with a dark gunmetal armor piece, so the two figs are slightly different that way. I do like Surge's helmet. It's pretty nice, got some nice details, got a little mouth opening. Underneath he's got the red minifig head. Then we've got the 2 invaders in lime green and orange. Nothing new about these guys either. If you saw them from the first wave, they still jump around. So that's a cool. I still like this feature a lot. So, and then we've finally got the egg. So it uses one of the Technic axle connectors to connect the 3 axles there. The way they're designed, they fit perfectly together. You even got some interlocking teeth on each side, so that's kind of cool. And you know, since it's flexible rubber, you can kind of open it up and fit an invader in there. And it fits in there pretty well. It doesn't really bend it at all while he's in there. And then, of course, you know, the invader can pop out and, you know, go and attack. I said go and attack. There we go. The heroes. All right, so that's out of the way. Let's take a look at our set. I really enjoyed building this set. You know, there's a lot of interesting things. It's definitely not your normal biped hero build, so it's definitely welcome. If you take a look at the side here, we can see the legs have several joints here on the front and back, trying to go for, you know, a mechanized walker kind of look. So, oh, and then they break apart. So, you know, it gives you a lot of, wow, that friction joint really does not want to move. So, yeah, so it's got a friction joint there and there. Oh, probably couldn't see that on these 2 joints. So it gives a lot of posability, but does make it a little difficult to pose at times. So you do got a good range of motion down there. I don't like the empty ball joints on the back here. That's kind of looks a little ugly. On the one side here, we've got the Zammer launcher. So it's on a arm piece, so it gives it a good range of motion to be doing some independent targeting. On the other side, so the legs are exactly the same, but we've got this flick fire missile launcher with 6 missiles. Again, since it's on that arm piece, it does give it a decent range of motion to aim and target. We've got the 2 cockpits here. The one thing, so I have the wings in this position, but I'm pretty sure that you're supposed to fold them back so that makes it look a bit better, I think, while it's standing. So obviously, like we saw on the box though, that separates off and the wings pop out, and we've got a nice little flying vehicle here, also armed with you can see 1, 2, 3, and 4 flick fire missiles. So this thing doesn't really do that much. I mean, you can kind of play with the tube here, the flex tube, to make the wings flap. It's got this piece here which kind of rotates, which I assume is supposed to be like its propulsion, although we also have these two tubes here which might also be propulsion, not made very clear. The blue pieces on here can kind of move, although I think they look best in about that position to kind of wrap around the cockpit. One thing while I was building it, since the cockpit's the last piece, if you pop that off, I almost think it looks cooler here, like it could be some kind of unmanned aerial vehicle or unheroed aerial vehicle kind of driving around. But as soon as you pop that on, it just kind of makes it look really big and bulky. Another thing that I noticed while building is, you build the base first, and noticing like all the construction pieces are going into here. I'm like, what's going to be left for this guy? So there really is not much construction here at all. There's just this one beam piece with a ball joint that the cockpit pops onto. The rest is pretty much all Technic, which is nice. I'm not opposed to Technic, so I wouldn't consider that a complaint against the set. While this guy's off, we can take a closer look at the top here. So you do have those 2 printed pieces, and I guess those are supposed to be where the guns get held onto. So you got kind of storage for those. This is actually a pretty interesting mechanism here. So you have the double stacked torsos, and then we have 2 long Hero Factory arms going to a double socket joint, the little double socket joint, and then underneath, I don't know how well it's going to show up, but you can see that there's another structure of ball joint. So it kind of makes this really interesting cockpit forward section for the cockpit to go onto. It is actually pretty solid. I mean, take that off. It moves around a little bit, but it's relatively solid, so I was surprised by that. So that's kind of a nice thing to see. Looking at it without the top piece on, it does kind of look a little bare, with nothing going on up there. And the back legs, I think, look really tiny and woefully undersized for a vehicle this size, especially when you have these giant, massive front legs. So we can pop this back on again. One thing that I was kind of disappointed on is that you have these nice printed pieces, and then once you put the flyer on, it kind of blocks them right up and makes them really difficult to see. Of course, the cockpits open up, and if we pop one of these off, we can, because of the nice little peg on the back of the Hero, fold him up, pop him in there, and then we can put those in place, and he can pilot that portion of the vehicle. And of course Surge would do the same thing. So definitely a good amount of play features in this set, with the Zammer launcher, 10 flick fire missiles, although I can't say I'm a big fan of the flick fires. We got the wings that pop in and out, and then of course the various posability of the set. There's definitely a lot of points of articulation. So like I said, I did really enjoy building this set. It was quite a bit of fun, since it's a non-biped, which is always a welcome refreshment to see in the Hero Factory line, and we've been getting a lot of this here, so can't complain too much about the biped build. So it was definitely a lot of fun to build, a lot of interesting techniques to put together. It's a good bit of Technic on the top piece, which I'm a fan of Technic, so it's always nice to see as well. But I think overall, I'm not a huge fan of the set. It's got a lot of play features, but it's just, I don't know. The tiny legs and the bright orange cockpits leaping out at you that don't really go with the rest of the color scheme. I'm just not, got a lot of gaps in here. So as sturdy as it is, the gaps don't look that good. You can hang the thing off it. For $25 and 188 pieces, I'm not sure I would recommend it. Definitely a lot of good parts and a good variety of parts to expand your Hero Factory collection. So if you're looking for a general parts pack, it might not be too bad of a deal. But from a set perspective, I'm not the biggest fan. So definitely though, some fun building. It'll give you a fun building experience. It might give you some new ideas, and then in the end, you have a bunch of new parts to add to your collection. So thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review. Be sure to check out the full review on BZPower.com, where we've got pictures, text, and more. Visit BZPower for more Hero Factory and other LEGO news. And make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can catch the rest of the videos of the Summer Hero Factory line that we're posting, and then other set reviews, news, and more that we post up there. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you had fun. Talk to you next time.